All right, Mets fans, welcome back. Hey, in this video, we're going to look at the series that just concluded against the Reds, and then we're going to do that quickly. And then also, we're going to take a look at the season as a whole to this point. We're almost out of May. Currently have a 13-12 record in this month, and we're going to hopefully end it with a winning record. We have 3 games left against the Marlins coming to New York to play us. Got to get some revenge on them from the sweep they handed us last weekend. Try to end this month on a positive note because it doesn't get any easier. Although we'll hopefully start getting some of our players back that have been injured and out for a while, specifically Lindor and Polanco. I don't think Roberts back anytime soon. Holmes the same, and as well as Alvarez. They're all out. I don't really know what the deal is with Senga. I think he's making a rehab start shortly. But what we need more than anything is the bats to come back because the offense has been our problem the entire year. I mean, although having Senga come back if he's himself would be nice to help, sort out some of our pitching issues. I mean, last thing we need is another question mark in the starting rotation to add to the offensive struggles we've been seeing. But we'll see how that plays out. Focus more right now on finishing this month on a positive note. Like I said, try to end May on a winning record to somewhat reduce the negative effect that we had in April, that we experienced in April. That was just a terrible month. Dug ourselves quite a hole. It's not going to turn around in 1 month. And the upcoming schedule, if you look at it, is really tough. Just for the month of June, we play pretty much all winning teams, and also throwing another little West Coast trip to make things worse. I believe I'll double check this again, but I think we played Seattle and the Padres. I think that's all. It's just a quick one, but take a look back at the most recent series against the Reds, coming off a sweep in Miami that we experienced. We're trying to come back home, get back get some momentum back. Didn't happen in game 1. Dropped that one 7-2 to Cincinnati. Noel McLean started for us. He wasn't sharp at all. His last 2 starts have been a problem for him. Just I think in commanding his pitches, maybe hasn't figured out the mix he's trying to use. He only lasted 3 1/3 innings. He did have 6 strikeouts, which is good. I mean, he's always going to get the strikeouts, but it's what he does in between that matters most. Whether guys are just sitting on his sweeper, or he can't locate it, or he's having problem with some of his other pitches that affects his ability to mix them up. And he's been getting hit a little bit. So he gave up 7 earned runs on 2 walks, and total of 5 hits, and 2 of those were home runs. So right there is all we allowed, 7 runs, all given up by McLean. Saw Warren come in an inning and 2/3, Pintaro 2 2/3, and Myers finished it off with 1 1/3 innings. On the offensive side, not too much to speak of. We did have 9 hits as a team, but we also had 12 strikeouts and no walks, which is never a recipe for success. Scored our 2 runs on a home run by Semien and an RBI ground out by Benj. Bichette also had 3 hits. So right there, 6 of the 9. We'll go on to game 2. David Peterson starting for us. He was struggling as well. This guy has been inconsistent for us all season. At times, I know I mentioned in previous videos, he looks like he doesn't even really enjoy playing baseball. I don't really know, and he's coming up on his free agent year, so he needs to get his shit together for his own sake. But and I don't know if he has much of a future with us. I mean, this guy was an all-star last year, and then he comes up and he's not taking that step forward that we need him to solidify the rotation. He managed to go 5 innings with 4 strikeouts. Uh, Gave up 6 earned runs on 11 hits, and 3 walks. I know, he was decent in his last start against Washington. Got in a little trouble in the first inning, and then was able to work out of that, and he settled down for the rest of the game there. But he just didn't have it on this game 2 of this series. Manaea came in, relieved him. He threw 3 innings with 6 strikeouts. He allowed to run, but uh, gave up 3 hits and 2 walks. AJ Minter came back, making his season debut for us. He's been out since spring training. A little bit of a setback on his journey, his rehab journey, but he finally made it back. We'll take what we can get. He threw an inning with 2 strikeouts. On the offensive side, again, only 2 runs, which both came on a 2-run home run by Soto. Other than that, Torrens had 2 hits. Mets batters struck out 10 times. We were able to manage 2 walks this time, but only 5 hits. So, not a good start to the series. Coming back home, this pushed the losing streak to 5 games after a sweep in Miami. Moving on to Game 3, Brazoban did the little opener thing again. He threw the first inning, had 2 strikeouts. I think he had a walk and a hit as well. He didn't allow any runs, but he seemed to do okay in this role. I'm not entirely sure why they are doing that at all. I guess just to keep up with the trends of what other major league teams are doing. I'm not really a big fan of it, but if it's effective, I'll accept it. I just don't get the whole philosophy behind it. I mean, I can see if you're doing all relievers for like 2-3 innings for the entire game, but I don't know why you'd want to throw a starting pitcher off his routine. I don't really know what the benefit is by not having them come and just pitch from the beginning of the game. I guess it remains to be seen how they're going to continue with this, if they're going to keep doing it. Brazoban has had some success, but what if you need him later in a game? I don't know. I don't really get it, but he's been doing pretty good. I'll give him that. So after Brazoban pitched the first, brought in Jonah Tong, his second appearance with the team this season. I'm assuming he's going to be in the starting rotation unless they continue to do this opener stuff. I don't know. He didn't really get hit hard, but he was a bit off on a lot of his pitches. He only had 1 strikeout and gave up 4 walks. I know at least one was on 4 pitches. So he was struggling with his command. Couldn't seem to put away hitters when he got them to 2 strikes, and he would either foul off a bunch and then eventually work a walk or get a hit. He needs a little bit of work. I'd like to see him stay with the team and kind of try to figure it out that way. I think I know he struggled a little bit in the minors this year already. He also had some really good performances. More than anything, I don't want to see them toying around with him, sending him up, sending him down, unless he really struggles. Then that would warrant getting sent back down to AAA for a little more work. I know he's added a couple pitches to his repertoire, including I believe a changeup. So I mean, the youth injection we've seen so far has been pretty positive, especially with the guys that are stuck on the team, the guys that are slated to be a future of the team. It's worked fairly well, getting them guys experience on a struggling team. I like to see him stick with him, like I said, unless he just totally flames out and has to go back down for some work. After that, Myers, Raley, Weaver pitched, and then Devin Williams came on to lock it down in the ninth. He did eventually, but he also created a mess for himself, which he was able to work out of. He had 3 strikeouts, but he also had 3 walks. Up until, he had like a couple rocky outings in the first couple weeks, and then since then he was lights out. He was solid until that last game against the Marlins where he gave up the walk-off grand slam. Was able to get the job done in this game, but still, I don't know if that last game had any effect on him, but he was able to get out of it and lock down a much-needed win for us. On the offensive side, we scored 4 runs, won 4-2. One of those came on a Soto home run. He was 2 for 3 and hit his 12th home run of the season. Benj had 2 RBIs with 2 singles. And then Eric Wagaman, who was just called up to the team, he's not necessarily part of the youth movement that we're trying to put forth, but he was down on a AAA team and brought him up to give us a bat against lefties. I guess we're just desperate for anyone that can help us right now. He was able to hit one out at the time, made it 2-0. So, hey, any contribution we can get from anybody, we're going to take it right now. So looking at the series as a whole, lost 2 out of 3 coming back home. As I said, upcoming, we got the Marlins coming to town, and now we are 13-12 in May with 3 games to go. Best case scenario, 16-12, which would be a very good month, and I would have signed up for that at the beginning of the month for sure. 14-14, 15-13. Obviously, I'd like to stay on the winning side, so let's make that happen. All right, a little bit of final thoughts on this series in particular. Peterson and Manaea, just seeing how the situation has evolved. And I don't know if this is going to happen for sure, or I've heard some whispers that they might swap roles there, have Manaea begin in the starting role and Peterson, either due to piggyback that he had some success doing, or I don't know what entirely they're gonna do, but Manaea is kind of like trending upward. Peterson up and down, mostly down, just been inconsistent. He might benefit from being taken out of the starting rotation. Who knows how that's gonna go? But we do need Manaea to establish himself if we're going to make any type of run at a wild card. I'm kind of giving up on the division already at this point, but we can still get back in the wild card race. McLean, he hasn't looked good in his past 2 outings. Looking at his season stats, he is up in strikeouts per 9 innings, and his walks are down. Although he's been giving up more home run balls. So far this year, it's 1.2 per 9 innings. Last year it was 0.8 per 9 innings, so that's like a 50% increase. He's already thrown more innings this year with the Mets than he did last year with the Mets. I mean, he also had a lot of innings in the minors, but his major league innings, he's already surpassed what he did last year. Soto's been playing great. He's really been a majority of our offense. I mean, it's kind of expected, but I mean, without him, I don't know where it would be at. He hit 2 home runs in the series, and he actually has 8 home runs in the last 12 games. Of course, he did miss a couple games in the Miami series, and he also missed the first game of this most recent series. So when he's in, he hits. Hopefully, everything's good with him. I know he had a little wrist tweak on a swing he had, but he seemed to be fine. He stayed in the game. He got another hit. That's pretty much it for the series. We lost, like I said, we lost 2 out of 3, and we really needed to, try to regain some momentum that we lost in that sweep against. I mean, even the national series, we only split it, but I mean, going on a road trip. I mean, we shouldn't have got swept by the Marlins. That was just a bad look. So, like I said, after 56 games, Mets are 23-33. Currently 14 games behind Atlanta for the division and 7 games out of the wild card. Only 2 teams in the National League worse than us. The Giants, they're only a half game behind us, and then the Rockies is, I think, 2 games. 3.5 games. So, yeah, but I mean, we could try to make some noise in the wild card, but we gotta play well. We gotta start playing well, and it's going to be tough with this June schedule. But we're playing the teams that we're going to have to knock off to make some progress here. Up until just this past week, the NL Central had been dominating the wild card race. All their teams still have a winning record. I mean, we missed an opportunity there to catch some ground on Cincinnati, but they're all coming back to earth a little bit. The Cubs were hot for a while there. Now they had just lost 10 in a row. They just broke that losing streak. So, we're going to see those teams start to play each other and kind of knock each other around a bit. Currently, the wild card spots are held by the Diamondbacks, who, we've played them tough. San Diego, we haven't played them yet. And then it looks like the Cardinals and Cubs are tied for the last spot, and we're 7 games behind them. So, big picture, we just got to keep playing better. I mean, we got to start playing better and really start beating some quality teams that we're going to be playing coming up next month. Look at some of the individual performances by the Mets players right now. So, team leaders in WAR. Wins against replacement. Obviously, Soto, he already has a 1.8 WAR according to Baseball Reference. And that's after, missing 17 games. He's missed. And that just says how pathetic our offense has been. Our other WAR leaders, Clay Holmes, he's kind of out for a while, at least if he comes back at all. Brazoban's been solid, 1.1 WAR, and then Raley with a 0.9 WAR. Leading the team in at-bats, Bo Bichette. He'll get, he hasn't been hitting like we hoped he would, but he's been out there every day. Started at third base. Now he's playing more shortstop with Lindor out. He leads the team in at-bats with 227. Right behind him is Semien. Bichette also leads the team in runs scored, tied with Benj at 25 runs. Soto right behind him with 24. Leading the team in hits, Bo Bichette 51, Benj 46, Soto 43. Doubles, Beatty and Vientos with 8. And then you got Ben, Semien, and Torrens with 7. Triples, Lindor still leads the team with 2. Home runs, Juan Soto got 12. Next highest is Vientos with 6, then Bichette with 5. RBIs, Bichette 27, Soto 24, Vientos 23, Beatty 21, Benj 20. Benj leads the team in stolen bases with 9, followed by Soto and Semien, both have 5. Soto obviously leads the team in walks, even with missing all them games, 22 walks. He only has 25 strikeouts, so he's really setting the stage for this team, but we don't have anyone to match him consistently. Batting average, Soto at 301 at this point, and everyone else is 250 or under. On base, Soto up around 400 again at 392. He's always going to be around 400. Slugging percentage, Soto 594. And then OPS, my favorite stat, Soto at 986. A bunch of other guys below. Everyone else below 700 except Alvarez, who is also out. He was at 710. Everyone else under 700, which is, it seems like the league average is around 695 or so. So the entire team's below league average except for Soto, and Ewing's close. He's at 696 OPS for a 102 OPS plus. On the pitching side, leader in wins is Clay Holmes, who's not with us anymore for a while at least. And then Peralta, Peterson, Devin Williams, Brazoban all have 3. Earn run leaders, Raley at 1.27, only in 20 innings. Got a couple relievers, Warren and Brazoban behind him. Holmes was at 52 innings. He had a 2.39 ERA when he went down. Weaver 304. Innings pitched, Peralta, McLean sit atop the team with 61 innings. In there, they've each had 11 starts. Strikeout leader, McLean, 75 and 61 innings. That's 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's going to get the strikeouts. Peralta's up there, 9.2 per 9 innings. It's pretty good for him. I mean, that's about where we'd expect him to be. I think he hasn't been giving us is the length. I mean, even just to go 6 innings, he doesn't average 6 innings a start. 61 innings and 11 starts, and he has walked a lot of batters. 4 walks per 9 innings for Peralta. That's not good. So yeah, I mean, the pitching has been decent. Hasn't been consistent, but it's kept us in games where if we had even an average offense, we'd probably be up closer to 500 record. Just looking at where we're at on a runs scored versus runs against. 214 scored. Then we've given up 243. That's an expected win-loss of 25 and 31. It's only 2 games better than what our actual record is, but I mean, the offense had been so bad. That's, we can't really expect much more than that. We really need to start scoring some runs. Hopefully, as the weather warms up, especially at home, we'll get some more home runs. Although you always got to worry about the pitching potentially giving up more runs as well. So I don't know what to expect. We 7 games out of the wild card. It's still doable. It's early enough to make a run to get back in that. It's just the play on the field has not been inspiring for anyone to really believe it. I see a lot of media outlets already writing them off, and rightfully so, just seeing what we're watching. But for those that are Mets fans, I mean, I think they're kind of like, I mean, I'm taking note of the teams that are these outlets that are making these calls and acting like it's done, and we're calling for a trading off pieces. It's too soon for that right now. I mean, we need to see the team play better, but let's let it play out a little bit more. We still got 2 more months plus until the around 2 months till the trade deadline. So, we've already been seeing them bringing up these young guys, kind of like I'm sure that was the plan anyway. So I don't view it as like a desperation move. We're banking big time on our farm system and the player development aspect of it to be an ongoing trend with the team. I am going to do a future video on, like where we stand right now and what the plans are or could be going forward into the future. But we'll say that for another time. So in regard to our start and like what our expectations could be for the season, how likely a comeback back into contention is, after the 54 game mark, I took a look at every season back to 2000 and what our record was after 54 games and also our final record. So we were 22 and 32. That was the worst 54 game mark that we've seen, tied with a couple other seasons, one of which was the 2024 season. So we were 22 and 32 also in 2024, came back and won 89 games. That was the only time we made the playoffs with a record that bad. Obviously, we went on a crazy run to get there, but just saying, it's still possible. Obviously, what the other teams do has a huge impact on our ability to come back. But I mean, first and foremost, we need to play better overall. 2022, we had 35 wins, ended up with 101 wins. 2016, 31 wins, 187 in the end. 2015, 29 wins, 190. And then going all the way back to 2006, we were 33 and 21, ended up winning 97 games. And in 2000, we won 30 and we ended up winning 94 for the season. So the best season we've had was actually the 2022 season and the 2007, where we won 35 games. Obviously, we know what happened in 2007, choked down in the end, and blew our chances. A little bit of a different playoff setup, but hey, that's what we're looking at. It's going to be tough. We need our guys back. We need the offense to start scoring some runs. Just score runs. Pitching kind of just stay where they're at and keep us in games, but we need to score runs more than anything. All right, guys, let's go beat the Marlins. Get them back. Let's go Mets.